Welcome to Pyramid Times. Myself, Veena Subbu, VP at Pyramid Times, and we have with us an amazing guest, Dr. Hari Prasad. Dr. Hari Prasad is a pediatric surgeon at Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh, India, and he is also a heartfulness meditation trainer, spreading this beautiful technique and wisdom to one and all. He also has an Abba TV YouTube channel, which is very hilarious, through which he will get everybody to the present moment and see the beauty of this our own lives. With this, I welcome Dr. Hari Prasad sir to Pyramid Times. Welcome, sir.
Good evening to all. So today's session is yesterday we spoke about cleaning, and day before yesterday we discussed about meditation. Today we discuss about how to connect with our inner self. Inner self. There are two selves are there. One is higher self and lower self. Lower self is what we are conscious and what we are doing with our conscious activity. Higher self is which is hidden and which is super conscious state actually. Some people call it as a subconscious state. It may be both subconscious and superconscious states. And that superconscious states will be organizing whole creation activity. That's how this self activity goes on. So, how to activate our inner heart and how to proceed with inner connectivity. So, this is what we speak about today. So, about meditation, as I told, it is practicing, focusing the meditation. About cleaning, it is clearing all our present karmas through your yogic cleaning process. It is yogic cleaning process. That is how it is. So, whatever may be the system, we should have a guru. The system which is not having a guru will be a blind system because there is no perfect guide to make us to guide us to the perfect destiny. Number one. Number two, so what we grow with spiritual practice, what we grow. If you take food, if you take non-veg, if you take junk food and all, if you take more carbohydrates, that will be reflected in your physical system. That can be seen with your eyes. That can be measured physically. That can be quantified. So if I take this much food, I'll be growing this much weight. If I take this much food, I'll be losing this much weight. Like that, physical food will affect our system. But that is actually reconstruction material for the earthly journey. This body is our ship. So the ship will be reconstructed with a lot of food materials. So we take only live food, anything which is living, that can be digested into our body, that will be absorbed into our body. So, what for mind? What is the food for mind? The food for mind is actually knowledge. So many people say that it is knowledge, experience, knowledge. These things will be the food for the mind. But what about us? What we are actually? Who am I? Who are you? What is feeding to us, to our soul, to our inner higher self? What is the feeding system? Who can feed us? How to develop inner strength, how we can become so much intensified with energy. So anybody knows about that concept, the inner soul, how we can feed it. So in Ramchandra mission, this yogic transmission is directly given to abhyasi, that is a practitioner. So first three sittings, yesterday, day before yesterday, and today, three sessions. Those who has attended, they are connected directly to the source. So that will be our inner system. So yogic transmission, pranahuti shakti, pranasya pranaha. That pranasya pranaha, that source derived from the highest ultimate. That will be transmitted by Guru. We are channelizing the transmission into our system, into our systems. So you can practice taking that food through heartfulness activities. You have to practice to take that feed into your soul. So that yogic transmission is always there. It's beside us, before us, behind us, within us, outside us, everything, everywhere it is there. But we have to practice to grab that energy into our system, and we have to practice to utilize in our daily lives, and we have to practice to live with that energy all the time. This is how our yogic transmission will help us in growing our inner self, inner higher self, and that will be very much strengthened with yogic transmission. So that is how. So this can be measured only through experiences. If you sit beside a saint, you will be feeling so much peace. If you sit beside a murderer, you will be getting so much intensified thoughts about murders and nasty activities. If you sit beside a some personality, whatever he is having, whatever she is having, that we can receive and we can study that, and we will be getting influenced by those vibrations. So this yogic transmission, if you sit beside a perfect abhyasi, you will be feeling that peace, you will be feeling that absorption, and everything you will be observing in your activity. So he is our master, Dr. Kamlesh D. Patel. Dr. Kamlesh D. Patel is actually a pharmaceutical industry owner. He settled in USA, but in 2012, Mr. Parthasarathi Rajagopalachari, former president of Ramchandra Mission, called back to India, and he has handed over the Ramchandra Mission activities to him. Now he is the working president, and he started this Heartfulness Institute. He named it, and this system is providing these yogic practices to every human being on the earth without cost, free of cost. That is how this system will influence. So always look inside, always look inside, always look inside. So you can ask a question. If you look inside, you will become introvert. If you look outside, you will become extrovert. So yeah, actually, introvert is a little bit psychological disorder also. But in meditation, you are observing your inner system, and with heartfulness activity, there is a work with yogic transmission is happening inside your system that you will observe. Definitely, that you will observe and experience. That is how this system will help us to grow. So there is a prayer lines are there to connect with the inner guru. So every day morning and before going to bed, we can chant that prayer, and you can connect to the source like a master. And with that connection, you can establish perfect connection with the inner divinity, and you can take into your conscious, you can get into your consciousness that inner divinity. So that prayer is there. Today I'll tell you about the prayer. So what is the highest goal of human being? What is actually today morning when I was after meditation, I was very much excited because God has created the creation, and till the invention of human birth, human progeny, there is no self-consciousness for any creature on the earth, on the creation. No self-consciousness. Only human being is having that self-consciousness. So because of that self-consciousness, he could able to differentiate between some power is working, some supernatural power is working, guiding us. Like that, we can analyze. We started analyzing it, and each and every individual started praising or preaching some deities or some religious practices. Each and everyone will be having their own customized religious practices. So that happens surely because you are conscious, so you are having a self consciousness and you are knowing that some superpower is there. So, like that, self consciousness started with human progeny. Before that, no creature was there with the self consciousness. That's why creation has run to this extent with the accumulation of inner grossness. Now, with the human mind, we can see that inside and we can correct and we can grow inside, and we will become day by day divinized, day by day powerful, day by day creative. So much changes that we can make in the course of creation with the human mind. That much blessed we are. That much blessed we are. So what is the ultimate goal of human life? What we have to achieve? Is it outside properties or inside property? So inside, what we are going to carry with us after this physical departure. So that if you think, definitely you will get answer through meditation only. And so ultimate, the innermost core that is having a source of creation, that is the ultimate vibration that we are having within us. That is the ultimate goal. So who is stopping that one to achieve? Who is stopping that one to achieve? That is we ourselves, with our inner tendencies, with our extroverted tendencies, extroverted habits, extroverted analysis, and we are looking outside and analyzing. We are looking judging. We are looking outside and judging. Those things are hindering us growing spiritually. So we are the hurdles. So who can help us? The perfect mass person who has practiced on himself and who has mastered himself. Those person can guide us to the highest destiny. So this prayer says, "O Master, you are the real goal of human life." Yes, human life. We have to achieve it. We are yet but slaves of our wishes and putting bar to our practices. So God wants to give something very beautiful to us, but with a little human mind, we pray for something different that is not suitable for our spiritual growth. That you have to understand. I am the hurdle for my spiritual growth. Attitude, my impure attitudes, my impure activities. Those things will be the problematic obstacles in our spiritual journey, inner growth. So those things can be understood by you, can be cleared only by you. No one can do it. So that's why the second line says, "We are yet but slaves of our wishes and putting bar to our advances." The third line says, "You are the only God and power." Because He has mastered Himself, that's how He can help us to overcome our own self and lower self, and we will become super masters by practicing, by overcoming our own inner self, and we will become supernatural power, super lovable person, super divinized person, super creative person. Everything you can become super with the help of a guru. So just now, just few minutes back, we have shared a screen that the Kamalesh D. Patel, he's our master, and he's guiding us all through the system. And this prayer will help us to connect. So daily at the morning, you can, in the heart, you can chant the prayer, "O Master, you are the real goal of human life." So we can start tell that prayer, and we can connect with ourselves before starting meditation. And most surprising and most beautiful investment I found in my life is sleep. Before going to bed, if you connect with inner divinity, so you will get a perfect sleep and you will get a perfect goal to your life. And sleep is also invested in our life. So you are transforming your wasteful sleep into a perfect resource for our spiritual growth. That is how spiritual sleep will also help us. That's why this prayer, before going to bed, we have to utter 3 times. We have to tell in ourselves 3 times, and we have to analyze the meaning. Then we can meditate and sleep directly with the divine force. So today again, third part, practical lesson. So I'll tell you that prayer. All of you, please sit back and relax. Gently close your eyes. I'll tell you the prayer. You don't recite with mouth, just listen and observe. After 5 minutes, we'll start meditation. Okay? All of you, gently close your eyes. No pressure on eyelids. Think that your body is relaxing completely and you are becoming so free and happy. Oh, Master, you are the real goal of human life. We are yet but slaves of our wishes and putting bar to our advancement. You are the only God and power to bring us up to that stage. Please meditate on this prayer for a few minutes. Then I'll bring you deep into heart reason. Now gently bring your attention to your heart, and there is a divine light from your heart coming into your consciousness, and you are totally absorbed in the peace and the tranquility of the divine light, and slowly you are absorbed into that. Observe peacefully. Okay. Gently open your eyes. Observe your inner condition once. So I can tell one thing. There are experiences of 4 levels. One is at physical level. How is your body is reacting? Whether it is reacting in a peaceful way, it is becoming relaxed, or it is becoming more vibrant. Second is mental. That means which type of thoughts we are getting during meditation and after meditation. Third is emotional. So what type of emotion you are getting? You're becoming so highly emotional, or you're becoming so balanced. So fourth is spiritual. That means you are feeling very unique experiences. Sometimes this will happen. So which type of experience you are getting, that you have to analyze, I don't know. You have to analyze by your own. So these 3 days meditation sessions. One is morning meditation. Daily morning meditation is best way. 4 to 6. 2 to 4 is Brahma Muhurtam. 4 to 6 is one of our routine, our daily activity time. So 4 to 6 meditation is best method. And after 6 also, even if after sun rise also, you can meditate. No problem. There is no strict rule in Sahasmarg meditation. It is very flexible system. This heartfulness meditation system is very flexible system, and you can do at your convenient time. Some people will be having night shifts, so they can meditate in the morning, early morning, afternoon, evening. Only one thing, main essence in this meditation is heartfulness meditation is love towards Guru, love towards God. You are having love means He will be guiding you. That's all. There is no doubt in that. Okay. Next, cleaning process. So cleaning, better to do it in the evening. Sometimes you get more emotions, more anger, more mind pollution. At that time also you can sit for a few minutes and you can clean yourself. And take sittings with heartfulness trainers at least weekly once minimum, because you don't know, sometimes we are holding our inner thoughts and we are going along with them. We are feeling that we are right, but actually with cleaning, our focus and our consciousness will totally shift. So many times this happened to me. Sometimes I felt so right, and I was going with my attitude. After cleaning, I realized my mistake and I came back to normal. So that is how sittings with preceptors will be helpful. For that, you can install Hearts app, HEARTSAPP Hearts app in your mobile. Third thing is connecting with the heart. So always be attentive in your goal, towards your goal, and be cautious about worldly affairs. And there will be so many traps, so many pitfalls, so many things will be there in the world creation, material creation. Those things you have to be very careful. And finally, I wanted to say, you are the one for yourself. No one can help you. No one can replace you. You are the one for whole creation, whole time. From the starting of creation to the ending of creation, you are the one. Anytime you can hold, anytime you can leave. That's the ultimate freedom God has given to us. That's why you are the one for yourself. That's all. So God has given such freedom to us. He never pulled back our freedom. We have to surrender. We have to bow to Him. Otherwise, He never asked to bow. He never asked to surrender. That is we, the best students, we surrender ourselves to the highest destiny, and we will be proceeding towards the goal. And fourth is sadhana. So sadhana is the only way for achieving perfection. There is no replacement for that. You have to do sadhana, you have to do sadhana, you have to do sadhana, you have to do sadhana. So many times it is only sadhana that comes. Actually, there is a rule in the creation. Whatever you give, that will be coming back. So if I give something to you, that will definitely I'll be benefited by that again. That's why we are doing more spiritual practice and more spiritual help to us. And I want to help I want to serve my guru. That's all. Even till today, no one asked me to practice heartfulness meditation. Not even a single person asked me to meditate on heartfulness. But the experiences in that heartfulness meditation making me to practice more and more. So experience only the right guide. That's all. So follow your experiences. Okay. Thank
This
you, Meena, and thank you all participants for letting me help to you. That's all. And life is more for achieving the goal along with a positive feeling of happiness. So never ever leave your happiness. So that is one of the sign. If you are losing happiness, means you are going away from your goal also. So always be happy and always be attentive towards goal. Thank you very much. Okay, love you
thank
all.